Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Homestead. Cool, crisp day. What day is it? Oh my God, Christmas is Monday. Merry Christmas, folks. I have the week of Christmas off. We're gonna be doing a ton of tree work with the guys, so we got a lot of good video content for you coming up. But anyways, Merry Christmas. Hope you guys spend it with your family. Hope you guys enjoy it. In this video right now, off the cuff, no editing, raw as it is, I'm gonna talk about, I've made up my mind when it comes to outdoor boilers, of buying another boiler. I have spent years researching this topic. I haven't physically ran the new gasification models. Oh, I know I go back and forth. People are probably rolling their eyes right now. If I had to buy another boiler, I'd buy another classic. I'd find a way. I would drive to wherever I could get one. New Hampshire, they're technically banned, but what I don't want to flex in this video at all, but if a three-letter agency tells you no, I'm a perpetual child. I don't want to comply with that. The EPA says these are mean and they destroy the environment and all this other garbage, which it's not Central Boiler's fault they had to come out with the gasification unit. It's just the standard is always shifting. I don't want to flex in this video as far as like where I stand. You can probably kind of like pinpoint kind of where I'm going with this. I like the classics. You want to know why? I don't want to sacrifice convenience for efficiency. Does that make sense? The new machines are like 40%, 50% more efficient, but they're a little bit more pickier. I have read that comment and gotten that feedback hundreds and dozens of times. Matt over at Trees to Firewood, he's got a gasification boiler. He says they are picky. You need to burn clean, straight, split, stick wood. The way I am, I don't know if it's just maybe my brain. Maybe it's just I work on stuff all day and then I do the tree work. I don't want a complicated space age boiler. I don't. I want simplicity. I will show you this pile of logs behind me. They are gross. They are covered in dirt. Some of them are green. Some of them are not green. I can burn this. It is, truthfully, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I think it's easier to run a classic than it is a new boiler. You wanna know why? I don't have to split most of my wood. I have to get it to a certain point where I can manage it, where I can handle it. I can let it dry. So as far as, let's say you burn 8 cords, raw, ugly wood, or 4 cords at a premium season split, I think the effort there is the same. If I had to split everything down, cut everything down to 16, 18 inches, whatever the new boilers can take, and split it all, I would spend a boatload of time. I can get a grapple load of logs delivered here, buck them up into 24 sections, and depending on the diameter, I'm done. That's it, done. Let those babies dry, relatively speaking, and you're good to roll. I mean, yeah, machine's running right now. Let's see what's going on. Look at that. It's just so simple. I'm not sold. I'm not sold. I'm stubborn. I'm gonna stick to it. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, the new gasification, yada yada yada. I use this. I love it. Good for you. That's fine. If you're like Matt, I'm gonna go back to his channel. If you're like Matt, Trees to Firewood, and you have a processor, you have tractors, you have a kiln, the dry wood, you have such a huge heat demand, 6,500 square feet heat demand. Obviously, I would go with a more efficient machine. You're gonna be married to a classic if you're trying to heat that much space. Here in the Homestead, oh, this is nice. Here in the Homestead, we're only heating 3,100 square feet. House was built in 2008, so it's new construction. It's very well insulated. Our foundation and our basement is all in the ground. As far as heat and everything, we have a floor grid. The house retains heat. It's got a ton of glass windows facing the east, so that room's like 80 degrees in the wintertime. I'm just not sold. I'm not sold. Maybe I don't know what it is. I like the convenience of being able to burn what I want to burn. Now, the amount of wood, I don't care. As I progress and as the tree business grows, We're not going to get those clean, straight, beautiful oak jobs all the time. We're going to get those hemlocks. We're going to get those dead pines. We're going to get those spruces. We're going to get those crappy woods that nobody wants. Now, I would rather burn the wood than bring it to a landfill. That's another thing, too. Like, the boiler guys that got the new units, they pass up on pine and spruce and hemlock. Me running the tree business, if I can bring it home and burn it, that's a win in my book. I don't want to have to split it, get it to dry. Like, I obviously burn, you guys know, I burn pretty well seasoned wood. I do not burn green wood. I do the whole put the wood in the back, kind of let it dry a little bit, let it bake. You saw that video, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not sold. I love the classic too much. It's just, I'm not knocking the new boilers. They are efficient. It is cool. It's just, it's too techie for me. Let me tell you a story. So this is a true story. I used to work with a guy. He was similar to me. That's why we got along. He drove like a 1970s, I think it was a Ford F100, I think. It was I think it was a 2-barrel V8, 5-speed. And he also had like a 2013 Super Duty or whatever. He said he knows his F100 is going to start and run. No questions asked, no engine lights, no nothing, no EPA, no nothing. So it's just like, that's how I kind of look at it. You have your, this is primitive. This is a classic. There's nothing fancy around this. This is convenient for me and my lifestyle. Running the tree business, that's growing. We are in the infant stages of that. I'm gonna get ugly wood. I'm gonna get branch wood. I don't have a chipper. I like to be able to burn. Do I have a piece for you right here? Like, I do, yeah. Like this is just a branch. Yeah, normally the small diameter, I wouldn't want to have to cut this and let it dry out. There it is. I don't know, I'm not sold. Again, I'm not knocking Central Boiler. I'm not knocking any of these brands that build, that have to bow. Again, I don't want to flex. They have to meet the new standards, the ever-shifting standards with this whole, I try not to go there, but I keep spiraling into this area. All this climate, all this EPA, all this buzzwords you hear going on, the environmentalists. I'm not going to get into it. I do not have the patience or the key strength to go back and forth, but these are just simple, primitive, classic, convenient. It puts the freedom back in my hand. I don't have to only be able to burn seasoned split stick wood. I can burn what I want in here. I can burn slab wood. I can burn pine. I can burn somewhat green wood. I could burn pallets. I can burn cedar fencing. I can burn wood with rocks, mud on it. Like, I've thrown muddy logs in there. And I'll show you a clip of the pile. I've been bulldozing this pile around, so naturally it's got some dirt and rocks and crap on it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sold. I want to stick with the classics. I will do whatever I can when this machine goes south to either A, have it repaired, rebuilt, rebuilt, whatever you want to call it, or just get a new boiler. Now, I am loyal to the Summersworth Stove Shop, Bruce. If he can get me a classic, I will 100% buy one from him tomorrow. I don't know if he can. If he can't do it, I will find another way to get one. It's not a plant my flag, like F you to the system. It's, I like what I like. I don't want fancy. I don't want shiny. I don't want new. I don't want EPA involved, if you will. The fact that you'd worry about an outdoor boiler when you got, again, I'm not trying to flex here. You got China and India who are polluting at 3-4 times the rate the United States is. So we're going to go ahead and just leave that there. Move on, because again, I'm not going to get into the keyboard warriors here talking, but I like what I like. I do. I like the freedom with this machine. The new machines, with the EPA and the tax credit and the connecting to Wi-Fi. Not a lot of people know this, but I got a 4-year degree in criminal justice. That doesn't make me a subject matter expert, but I did a little bit of cyber security there. I did half a semester with that. If it's connected to the internet, it can be hacked. It can be controlled. Those new wood boilers have computers. They're connected to the internet. Man, am I going out in left field with this video. This here, nothing. There is electricity that runs out to this machine. That is it. This is not connected to any internets, no grids. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not overboiling. Yeah, 177. This is nice heat though, making this video. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I really have to say. I am not sold on the new units. The efficiency in the saving wood, and then time involved. I would rather spend less time and burn more wood. Again, big, ugly rounds. Let me show you, like this. See this? This big, ugly round. We're just gonna, whatever, done. I don't have to split that. I don't have to process that. So again, I honestly think the effort's the same. If I burn 10 cords of ugly wood or 5 cords of premium seasoned split wood, I honestly think the effort is the same. The time spent is the same. Again, if I get a grapple load here, buck it up into 24-inch sections, stuff them in a woodshed, I'm done. If that was gasification wood, I'd have to get it all, cut it, split it, stack it, season it better, yada, yada, yada. I don't know. That's just my knocking those who have the newer style boilers. I'm not trying to sit here and say F you to the system. That's not the kind of video I'm trying to make either. I'm not political on this channel. I am kind of in this video kind of flexing a little bit with where I stand on this whole environmental EPA thing. I would rather take an opinion of a logger than somebody who's got a 4-year degree in the environmental sciences. I'd rather listen to a logger. You want to know why? They're the ones out in the woods. They know what they're doing. They know how to manage a forest, not something in a textbook. So I don't know, maybe I'm just getting a little left field with this topic, but yeah, I've made my mind up. I do not want a gasification boiler. I don't want the tech. I don't want the fanciness. I don't want the efficiency. I want the convenience. And I have heard that dozens and dozens and dozens of times over. And we don't, in New Hampshire here, our winters aren't freezing here. It has not been under 20 degrees, and it's almost Christmas. There's no snow on the ground, as you can see. It is not 40 below here, where you need that huge heat demand. Like, I don't need it. I don't need that efficiency in my life. I don't. Yeah, that's all I got. I just wanted to make this video. My mind is made up. I've read comments. I've watched hundreds of hours and listened to hundreds of hours when I was working all week with those tree guys with my headphones in. This was a week or two ago, and I was listening to people say gasification or non-gasification, or they had this boiler and they had that boiler. This is what I've come up with. I'm stuck on the classics. I don't want to change my mind. I don't want the new style machines. Mark my words, if Central Boiler said, Jay, I want to drop off a new 760 HDX, I would say keep it. Because the amount of time it would take me to reprocess my wood and the learning curve involved with that machine for the heat load that we actually need. Here's another thing too. If I don't want to run my boiler, I don't have to start it. You can circulate the water and we can use our oil heat. I want to put a wood stove in the house within the next few years. That's another thing we can get into. I want to put it in now before you can't. Kind of, again, don't mean to flex here, but before you can't do it anymore with this whole green deal and environmentalism and all that garbage. So yeah, if I don't want to run the classic because it burns a lot of wood, I can literally just circulate the water and run the wood stove in the house. If I wanted, cut myself a cord or two of wood for the beginning and the late part of the season. We could put a wood stove in our grand room, which would heat up probably half the house, 3/4 of the house maybe. Wouldn't do the basement or the other half, but it would do like the main side. So anyways, that's my stance. I'm not planting a flag. This isn't a battle cry. This isn't a FU EPA. It's just, this is where I stand. I like what I like. I like my boiler. That's it. I don't have to bow to the new standard. I don't have to fly the newest flag. I don't. I like what I like. I will beg, steal, and borrow when this machine goes, because this machine was put in 2008. It's not gonna run forever. I will beg, steal, and borrow to get another classic. And I have had some emails from guys saying, hey, I got one, or I'm a dealership, come down here, we'll make it happen. So I've made that connection via YouTube to get one installed here. Yeah, that's my stance, folks. Feel free to leave a comment. I hope it doesn't piss anybody off. I like what I like. I like the convenience of the classics. I don't know. I'm sold. I've been running this thing since 2017 now, and I know it. I love it. I know what I need. I know how much wood I need. I know how it behaves. I know everything about it. I don't want a new fancy stove. No. Nope. That's all. I like what I like. And I'm a little bit of a perpetual child when it comes to having to abide by some new standards. Well, sorry. I don't want to play. I'm going to stick with what I like. So, God bless. Thanks for watching. Hope I didn't piss anybody off. Long live the classics. And yeah, like I always say, guys, we will see you guys out in the woods. Merry Christmas too, by the way. Spend some time with your families. And yeah, we'll see you guys out in the woods. This is what I'm talking about. This is an ugly, dirty pile. We got rocks, we got unsplit. Look at this. Not the best wood. We've been bulldozing this around for the last 6 months. I know it's my fault. We got unsplit, we got full rounds, we got all types of, there's hemlock in here, there's pine in here. This is easy. Just throw it in. No splits. I would never throw a sandy, rocky log in a new style boiler with all those air tubes and exchanges and all that stuff. Absolutely not. This is all junk wood for a new style boiler. So to me, this is a gold pile. Absolute gold. Stuff like this. You see, most of the stuff isn't split. It's to a size I can handle. Just to me, this is more easy. It's easier to burn this ugly pile than to try to make it beautiful wood like that. I don't know. This is my 2 cents. Just not sold. Not sold. I like what I like, and so be it. So be it. It's covered in dirt. A couple rocks in there. Guess what? Don't matter. Not matter at all. Does not matter. This is hemlock. Dirty. Unsplit. She'll burn. She will burn. All the dirt on here. I mean, we'll get some of it off. I'm not a barbarian. We'll get some of the dirt off. Yeah. Ugly crotch wood. I'm happy with it. In you go, homie.